So what you're about to watch is a corrective action floor 70 with a legitimate build on a character called Max. He excels in mobility and he excels in survivability. Purely for the fact that his R1, which is the primary, we have 5 charges on this build. It basically gives him temporary shield, which also feeds into the damage, which on corrective action for 70 here, we've chosen Bastion Bombardment, which gives us 2% weapon damage per point of max shield and per point of temporary shield that we have. And that just ties all the damage together in this particular case. The reason our damage is also so high, we're hitting like 5,500 million to 10,000 million, which is how the game like sets the numbers. I think it's like a couple billion each hit, kind of in that way. It's the fact that we added damage types to our gear in terms of cores. So each piece of gear has a different core slot, right? And you can fill them all up. I put all Chaos Attack into the gear as a concept just to test it out for this run, because otherwise I would have been hitting anywhere between 2,000 million to 4,000 million on weak spots. And the reason you're seeing a lot of orange numbers so easily is we have a chest piece on Max that basically allows it so he has a 50% chance to hit a weak part automatically if they're decelerated, and then a guaranteed chance to hit a weak part if they're frozen. And then there's a lot of things also going on with our gear perks, like weapon damage, magazine capacity giving weapon damage, our potential chip, which sets our HP to 1, but we get a lot of power out of it, which negates the need to build any type of power to meet that formula of weapon attack power and power being the sum total. So that just gives us lots of wiggle room, essentially. And then for our perks here that we're going for, or relics I should say, it's kind of like RNG of what you get when you're rerolling the shop. This one was kind of a suboptimal run in terms of time because we could have gotten way better perks. So I believe this run I got boots and amplifiers. So boots gives you infinite ammo as you're moving around, and it also gives you some movement speed. I'm not really a fan of the boots, but it kind of is what it is. The one good thing about this run was the amplifiers, just because the amplifiers gave us weapon damage after using a skill, and we use a lot of skills. In particular, we're using the L1 constantly because that gives us a chance to, a 1 in 3 chance of different things, right? We could get fire rate and reload speed, or we can get weapon damage has a chance to trigger extra damage, or we can get the cooldown rate. And then we also get the Arbiter of Fortune ring here that you're seeing around Max. That gives us 220% crit damage without the Arbiter of Fortune levels. If we had the Arbiter of Fortune levels, it would be 300% crit damage. It's just more consistent than reload perk, because in this build we don't really reload aside from just before we pop the L2. Now the L2 is the screen, the miniature screen display you're seeing in the center of the screen. Basically everything that's in that miniature screen display gets highlighted by a circle and gets targeted by the barrage of missiles that Max shoots out. And this is his 3rd weapon. The only way to get this weapon will be through Taicho coins, which is the coins you'll earn from collecting intel, doing events, and other things like that. And when you ult with Max, by the way, which you just saw, whether you're using the potential chip or not, it just restores your max shield and HP when you detonate it on yourself or you're within the vicinity of it exploding. Excuse me for saying on so much. That's really just it. It's just a survivable thing. Just keep in mind if you are going to replicate this max build and do the ult, you want to spam R1 the moment you come out, unless you feel like you're going to be safe enough to restore your shield, otherwise you will die. In this particular case, CA70 is going to be really hard for characters that don't have like auto-seeking or big AoE splash damages, because for whatever reason, they made Blade really annoying by putting her into the CA70. As you can see, like, you can't even see her half of the time that I'm fighting this fight. I'm just hoping my missiles track her. That's just how blatantly bad this boss is. Like, she's just spamming skills that mirror her image. She's spamming skills that make her invisible. During the animation, she's just spamming everything, and she just pops up on top of your character. This could be a very frustrating boss fight for a lot of characters in this game that just simply can't hit it. I feel like they should for sure reroll the bosses or allow potential to reroll the bosses and get someone other than Blade, just to make runs a little bit more consistent for other people who aren't playing characters that have auto tracking. Now, if you guys do want a build guide for this particular build or a weapon damage build in general, just let me know and I can put down a more detailed guide of like everything I've equipped and everything that's going on to make this floor 70 possible. As I know a lot of people are struggling with doing damage in the current state of the game that got ported over to console, as you can see by the leaderboards. I don't know about Xbox, but on PlayStation, there's very few on the top, a lot of people on the bottom not really being able to do the things that they want to do. And I'm not I'm not skilled by any means at building. I'm just decent at building something to work with. So just let me know. And thanks for watching.